Well, here we are riding shotgun, except we're not riding. Obviously, we're in the office, and why are we in the office? Well, we're in the office because I tried yesterday to do it out in the truck in the snow, and it seemed to go well, except that the camera shut off after about, I don't know, a few minutes. And then today I was determined to do it again, went out there, and the truck wouldn't start. It's really cold. I don't know if the battery's bad, what's going on there, but and then the apparatus that my phone mounts on, that I used to film while I'm driving, doesn't work. Isn't easily removed and transferred over to my car. So anyhow, we're relegated to doing it here in the office, and so I apologize for that. Hey, I hope you all had a great Christmas, and I know if you're Illini basketball fans, Christmas was made a little bit better by what happened Saturday night down in St. Louis. That was awesome. That was, I don't remember all the halves I've seen, but that was as good a half of Illinois basketball as I've seen in a long time. That was spectacular. I was sitting courtside and watching the Missouri players and the look on their faces, and they kept looking at each other like, what's going on? What's happening to us here? Passing lanes were shut off. Double teams arrived at the perfect time. Everything was denied. I mean, they were really, really locked in good in that first half. And then when Trent Frazier hit that three to put him up by 17, and then Illinois got the ball back and put it in Trent's hands again, and everybody knew he wanted that shot, and he sort of dared Jeremiah Tillman to come out on him, and Jeremiah Tillman did, but not far enough, and Trent just rose up and fired in that last one to put him up by 20, 42-22. That was just a sensational half of basketball. Everybody in the building was shocked. Illini fans in a happy way, Missouri fans not so happy way. And even though we knew Missouri was going to make a run in the second half, and they did that, and Illinois didn't play as well in the second half. They played well enough, particularly with Trent Frazier, who I believe scored the last 8 points of the game and made 10 of 11 free throws to offset some poor free throw shooting by some others. But and what a terrific night too from LeRon Black. You know, we haven't praised LeRon Black near enough. That kid's worked on his game. He's become really tough with that mid-range jump shot, and then he gets engaged after the game, and that was pretty cool. He was very, very excited. So tremendous night. I think it was important for, it's obviously fans want to win that game, coaches want to win that game, but I would say Brad Underwood's not an easy guy to play for. He's tough, and he pushes these guys hard in practice. And they need some confirmation that this hard work, this being yelled at, this being pushed and challenged to be better than they've ever been, that there's a payoff with it. And they got that the other night. They walked out of there feeling really good about themselves. And isn't it interesting how this game, it shouldn't probably be this way, but this game changes your whole view of Christmas. When you win this game, it's like 6 extra presents just got dropped under the tree. Brad Underwood was saying the other day that, coaches are notoriously bad about Christmas shopping for their wives. They wait for the last minute, and so he was anticipating having to do that. And I'm guessing he probably didn't Christmas shop until the 24th. But I'm also guessing that if you win the Braggin Rights game on the 23rd, that when you go shopping on the 24th, that's not a bad deal for the wife. I'm thinking that Brad's wife, the checkbook is a little more generous on a day after that game. I feel sorry for Kwanzo's wife. I don't know if that's true or not, but anyhow, it was a lot of happy people when we left the Scott Trade Center on Saturday night, and it was really cool. So they got home. They will play Grand Canyon, Dan Marley's team, on Saturday night the 30th, and then they'll have a couple days to get ready for the resumption of Big Ten play, which is January the 3rd up at Minnesota. And but you know what, the Big Ten isn't that great. Michigan State's that great. On a given night, Purdue can be. But Illinois has already played two of the better teams in Maryland and Northwestern, and there's no question they can play with them. They should have won both those games, took them to overtime. And if the improvement we saw in the first half of the Missouri game is any indication, I would not want to play Illinois when they're playing like that. I think they're going to be hard to play. And as a result, I think they've got a chance to win some games. These first two games are on the road. We'll see. I don't think either one is, you're not going to surrender. So let's just see how they turn out. But there's a lot of winnable games on the schedule when you go through there, enough to make it interesting. It's too bad they couldn't have gotten even one of those two Big Ten games in December. I know that they have thought about that a lot. But anyhow, also then in football, the early signing period, and then Lovey with the surprise firing of Garrick McGee, his offensive coordinator, and Paul Williams, the cornerbacks coach. The Paul Williams firing, not a surprise, but the Garrick McGee firing, a bit of a surprise given their history, long history together. And the fact that, I know the offense didn't look good, but who was going to make that offense look good this year with the quarterback situation they had, with 4 freshman offensive linemen, with freshman receivers, running backs, tight ends? I mean, come on, that was going to be a hard thing to make look good. So there's something else going on there. I don't know what it is. I could speculate, but let's wait and see. We'll find out a little bit more. I do know, though, that that's a really important hire. They got to get that right. They got to get a quarterback whisperer who can work with Cam Thomas, and we'll find out whether or not that guy's as enamored with Cam Thomas as Garrick McGee was. We'll work with M.J. Rivers. If Coran Taylor's going to be here, work with him and get that offensive line buttoned up, get that running game going. Not so many 3-and-outs. Move the chains. Get the ball into the end zone instead of just field goals. I wrote this morning that I just feel like they can win 5 games, maybe 6 this year, if they get it together. That last year was a big investment. Hey, this teardown is not pretty, and we've seen it. But we were also, now this is going to be the 3rd year into it, and it's not unreasonable to expect some results beyond what we've had so far. And I think Lovey expects that as well. So we'll see. We'll find out some news here soon on a hiring of an OC. I've heard a few names, but not worth throwing out there right now. Just let's see where this thing goes. And I think spring ball is going to start like March the 6th. I was told, although they sounded like it could be off by a day or so, it doesn't matter, but right about then, first week in March. And we'll begin to see where we are in the transformation of this thing. But I do know in basketball people feel better after that Missouri game and are looking forward to seeing Illinois put forth that kind of an effort. The effort was there, the execution was there. You saw this team get it for a good stretch there and demolish a pretty good Missouri team for a half, and then hang on and win that game by whatever it was, 6 points or whatever. So hope you watched it, hope you enjoyed it, hope you have a happy new year, and maybe I get that truck going here so we can get back out there in the snow and tool around. Sorry about that. This is the best I can do for now. All right, everybody. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.